Dooba 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 doo. Dooba dooba doo. Dooba dooba doo. Dooba 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 doo. What is up, my people? My man, Robert, how you doing, buddy? How are you doing? Got stuff to show off, stuff I want to talk about. Got a lot of stuff going on in the world today. Today is an interesting day. Very interesting number of things going on today. Been a lot of talk. A lot of talk about all the new rules, all the new stuff, and all the new everything going on. It's pretty crazy. I gotta say, it's pretty crazy. And it's making me think about painting more and more. Which is weird to say that new models, new armies, new rules are making me think about painting. But it's the truth. I got all these new paints, got a bunch of new projects, got a bunch of new stuff I'm working on wolves, working on Necrons, working on a bunch of stuff. It is pretty crazy, I got to say. So, So let's start off with what I just finished. He is complete. He is done. He is the Silent King. There will be better shots of him up on Insta later. But your boy is done. I'm a guy that likes building models. I did not enjoy this model. That's the thing, man. You gotta paint. I have been painting like crazy lately. Like the amount of Necrons that I have painted. Oh man. And getting into, I'm trying to do a painting tutorial on my fast and dirty Necrons. And then at the same time, I was going through my box and my box of, hey, I need to paint these guys. And I found these guys built and primed, set of 5 hammer and shield wolf guard that they need to get their paint on. So I broke out some Fang. I'm not liking the Fang on that white. So I might strip them and reprime them in black. I'm not sure at this point. I don't know. I tried doing them in contrast, and there's something about this primer I think it's glossy. I might just reprime them. I might just strip them and reprime them. Because they're not coming out very well. It's very spotty. Not digging that at all. Let's see what else is going on. Oh yeah, I mean 10th edition and all the new rules. Lions rules are out. The Azrael and Vashtor are getting their official singles model releases this week. Dante, the new Dante that we've known about because they accidentally sold them already, is officially going on pre-order. The Lion is going on pre-order. I mean, they are rushing to get a bunch of HQ models out. And I find that interesting, seeing as that they also today announced the new rules about HQ characters changing. Yeah, I got to get one of those reactors. I got the heliotrope reactor. I got to get one of those furnaces. I got to find one, pick it up, and get that thing built. I just think it's just such a good looking piece, and with all these extra pieces of pipe I got to do it. I got it. I got to get it. I also want to pick up some. I don't need any more containers. I don't know. I've got so much terrain at this point. I don't think I need any more terrain other than that one piece. I gotta say, I was looking at the new Lord of the Rings terrain, and gosh, that stuff is so gorgeous. Like if I wanted to really make like a medieval styled a medieval styled town, like that thing is gorgeous, just absolutely gorgeous. I have a random wolf with a pistol, with a bolt pistol, meaning I was building some for a reason. Weird. He's wearing a wolf cloak, so it's had to have been an HQ slot. What the hell I was building? Yeah, we'll put something on him and make him into another psyker. I always use another psyker in my wolves. It's ground based, dude. Huh. Yeah, it's weird. Why would I do that? Huh. I don't know what the rest of his team is. I wonder what I was building. You know, that's the problem with it. That is the other problem with having too many projects. You start building stuff to build stuff, and then you forget about what you got or what you were going for when you were going for it. Like I've got model bodies all over the place here in my workspace, like half started projects. It's like, what was I building? It's like, what are you? Why are you? What are you doing here? Oh, I am officially now running a tournament. The second to last weekend in June, like 23rd. I'm running a Farewell the Ninth Edition 40K tournament. It should be good. I'm a little intimidated, but we're keeping it to 16 players just to keep it small and fun. I got to get enough terrain to cover everything, so I got to talk with my administrator to make sure that he knows to give me enough terrain to do everything I want to do. I have bikes. Where are all these bikes? Oh, heresy bikes. As a cleanup, I keep finding things, and I'm just like, like what is this? Oh, that's that. You know, that's like, Never let your creativity limit you, but never let your reality let you forget about. You gotta keep reality in mind because, Christ, I got too many things going on. Oh, Superfly, what is going on, my man? What is going on? It's all good. It is all good. I'm tired. I've been doing a lot of painting. I've been doing a lot of work, trying to get these Necrons built up. I made a trade earlier and got my wife a bunch of Age of Sigmar Cornate stuff. and got myself another couple demon engines for modern 40K. Skynox, my man. Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot of everything. Yeah, I gotta get I gotta get the things put together. I got months till I get this tournament, but I want to make sure my terrain is in order because I'm literally compiling terrain from 3 different stores to put together 8 tables worth of comparable terrain. And because I know the store doesn't have what I consider to be great terrain, I got to hope that some of our other stores have additional goodies to let me build out 8 tables of terrain. Otherwise, I'm going to have to quickly dig out my own stuff, throw some base coats down, and put them on the table because I refuse to have a game with not enough terrain. I'm not a fan of there being too much terrain, but I'm even more of a fan of there not being enough. Not enough terrain turns it into a shooting gallery. Too much terrain turns it into... Yeah, if Adepticon could do it. Adepticon has a lot more resources than I do, my friend. I'm me. That's all I am. I'm a dude. I love pointing that out. I am one dude. There's sometimes just not enough hours in the day. What is this? Oh, look at this. Bunch of marine bits. I don't mind a cluttered table as long as there's enough room for tanks to get around. I want people that can play tanks and that want to play tanks. I want to make sure they have the ability to play their damn tanks. It's not fair that they don't. Hello there, Mythos, my man. How are you, sir? Interesting night tonight. I got Mythos, Skynox, Superfly, and the miniatures paintbrush. People I consider veterans of the hobby on a whole. Hey, and Mr. Chavez, how you doing, Art? Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. Yeah, yeah, it's like you spend $80, $100 on a tank, you spend 20, 30 hours painting it, and then, okay, it sits in the back corner because I can't get around nowhere. That sucks. Even if they're not the greatest to use for some armies right now, I want to be able to take them if I want to be able to take them. Like, my Executioner is dying to be just driven across the board. I mean, it sucks for the Wolves. Wolves do not want to take tanks, but I painted it. I want to use the damn thing. I kind of want to get my Iron Hands together and throw my Predator out there because they've got a Predator built for them. I got the Las Predator. It's like as many Las cannons as you can stick on a freaking Predator. They're on that thing, and I want to run it out there and smash it. I'd love to get a Sicarian. I really would. I've been thinking about it because all that stuff's in plastic now. And now that I actually have painted in wolf colors, I actually have my 30K, what is it? The Land Raider Maverick, the thing that you can put 20 dudes in. There's something to be said about shooting out a Land Raider that's got, 8 las cannons on it, running out there and dumping out a shitload of blood claws. Just like, ah, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Yeah. Well, that's the thing. The big thing is that the plastic one's affordable. And I can get it at the store, so I can get my discount on it. But yeah, I get a Sicarian or a Kratos. Man, I would love to get a Kratos and just kaboom There's something like I don't know. Part of me still wants to get my hands on an Astreas. I know they're not good, but I mean, the idea of having that gigantic, super heavy super tank on the table, just here I am. I'm gigantic, and you can't stop me. Um, this is a funny thing. We were talking about in my team chat like last week. We were talking about, well, what should you take? And people are talking about one of the art players like, well, I got this. Should I take it? It's like it's a Stompa. Take it. It's got 30 wounds on it. Is it great? No, but it's got 30 wounds. Who's gonna kill it? It's got 30 freaking wounds on it. And one of our teammates, he is kind of the meme of being big stupid shit. Um, he one of the tournaments not that long ago, he brought a freaking Thunderhawk. He's like, Thunderhawk! Like he's playing Iron Hands, and turn 3, this Iron Hands Thunderhawk comes out on the board. It's just like, good lord. And yes, he put the damn thing instead of putting it on the table, he put it on a base with a freaking flight stand. And that flight stand is made of acrylic, and I swear to God, it's as big around as an army painter paint bottle. It's like, and it's like this far off the table. It's a good foot and a half tall. It's like, oh my God, what are you doing, you absolute maniac? Just Thunderhawk coming in. Oh, what the hell are you supposed to do about that? And now he's talking about like he wants to, because he's got a Lord of Skulls. He's thinking about making another list with like a Lord of Skulls and a couple of Brass Scorpions. Just see how dumb can you get. Yeah, and you really do. You do have to deal with super heavies. Like if somebody drops a Lord of War on the table, you've got to spend the time to deal with it because most of the time they've got so many guns or so many something, they will make you. They're absolutely right. They will absolutely make you pay for it. And it's hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious that they would do that, but they do. And it's just like, I mean, a stomp was what, 680 points? I don't know. Let's take 2 Stompas, fill each of them with 20 boys, run them up, drop them up. What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do? That's 100 wounds right there. That's 100 wounds. You know? And I think that's the best part of this game. The more I think about it, I mean, yes, competitive is competitive. Yeah. I want to do something dumb. Like, I really want to do something dumb. I want to build a Iron Hands list and put 2 Leviathans, 2 Relic Contemptors, and 2 what do you call it? 2 Redemptors in that. And then some other big tank, a bunch of heavy intercessors. I mean, that's the other list. I had this stupid idea. If I could get 12 units of intercessors together, of heavy intercessors, run Iron Hands, put 60 heavy intercessors on the table. Intercessors have 3 wounds apiece. Heavy intercessors, I should say, have 3 wounds apiece, are in Gravis armor, and are walking around with a heavy weapon. Iron Hands means they get to reroll 1s and move freely with no penalty during the Devastator Doctrine. The new Devastator Doctrine can be kept all game. Devastator Doctrine also gives them -1 AP. How do you deal with 180 wounds of intercessors all walking around with heavy bolters? that have a feel no pain added onto it. They have a feel no pain to add onto it. It's just dumb. And it's a lot of figures, but it's just like, I wonder if I can get it together in time. Because, I mean, how much does a heavy intercessor unit cost in points? I wonder. How much does a heavy intercessor squad? Let me look here. 5 throw. Heavy intercessor. Heavy intercessor is 115 points per squad. I give them executioner bolt rifles and 1 executor heavy bolter in their 5-man squad. They're 115 points. For strength 5, AP2, 2 damage. Basically, a strength 5, AP3, 2 damage. And the one guy in the unit's got a 5, -3, 3 damage. I mean, 115, even if I only took 10 of them, that's only half your points. A little over. It's 1,150. God. 1,265. 1,380 points. Oh, how do you deal with that many bodies, that many wounds? I mean, it's just walking up. I mean, each squad's only taking 6 shots a round. But then you drop in a drop pod that you put 2 5 Devastator squads in that all have 4, each have 4 meltas in, and the leader's got a combi melta. Drop that down, 70 points for the man. I can do that. I've got those models, except for, oh man, I gotta see how many enemy intercessors I can lay my hands on. That would be so dumb. But I mean, you just blanket this. You just absolutely blanket the board. You absolutely blanket the board with 100. Oh. Oh, yeah, that's the other list I'm looking at. You might notice I'm painting mortars. And I bought a fresh box of mortars because I'm looking at I am looking at embracing the dumb yet again, but for guard. 3 mortar squads and heavy weapons. Boom, boom, boom. Couple of squads, Acadians to move forward. And then 4 squads of standard infantry, each one of them with another mortar squad. So a 10 wound mortar squad. 13 mortars. And then you run some tanks and some tank commanders and the dumb. And I guess that's kind of where we're at in this edition. I remember this kind of shit happening at the end of when we knew 8th was done and 9th was coming. You saw people going, I'm wanting to try this just to see if it works type lists. And you see some pretty funny shit going on. I mean, I'm looking at, what else could I pull out? How many Death Guard Blight Lord Terminators do I have? I'm pretty sure I have 30. So I could run 3 blobs of 10. And I have at least one. I might have 2 blobs of the Death Shroud Terminators. So I'd run one more of those. And just run, 30, almost 40 Terminators. Well, 39 Terminators, and then take one of the leaders that's in a Terminator uniform and have him run around. And again, embrace the dumb. But again, it's all about points. To 2,000 points. What all can you shove? What all can you shove into a list? Because the thought is that if that's 3 and 9, I mean that's 3 and 6, 3 and 3, that's 6. That's 6 units of Marines. That means I can take 6 squads of 20 Poxwalkers. And I do have 120 Poxwalkers. So 120 Poxwalkers plus 39 Terminators. And then, I don't know, Typhus. Typhus and all that he does for Poxwalkers. Like, da, 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 da. And then like a Lord of Pestilence or something. And it's just dumb. Again, it's a whole lot of dumb, but hilarity ensued because you think about that, the way that all that wave of pestilence goes out and what that actually does for you. You can literally just blanket a portion of the board and make yourself resilient against deep strikes and hold objectives. You run a guy by, put up a banner, because unfortunately Poxwalkers can't put up banners, but you start them on the board, banner, run out there and just cover them in Poxwalkers and have the Poxwalkers go, and they corrupt your objectives. And you just sit there. And what are you going to do about it? You're going to shoot them? Yeah, you're wasting a lot of time because I got Poxwalkers and they're coming back. 1 CP or 2 CP, 7D6. Here's a bunch coming back. Yeah, Knox, I'm talking about it. I'm actually, for me, there's a very big part of me that's thinking about actually bringing Death Guard in May and bringing like as many Poxwalkers as I can legally stick in a unit, in an army, which is 120 Poxwalkers, because I have 120 Poxwalkers. And if you're going to do it, why not? Why not just do it? Just Poxies. Oh man, Drukari. I don't know what Shan has built. It's another reason I haven't looked at him. I want to dust off something. I don't know if I'm gonna do that or that custom Space Wolf army that I traded for. I don't know. Knox knows about it because I got it from Knox. I have a custom painted army of Space Wolves painted by a guy who in our circle has won a bunch of awards. I mean, we pretty much joke around that the Warp Storm Painting Award presentation award is now just the Jeff Hill Memorial Award because he's won it so many times. He's a fabulous, fabulous painter. Well, he had painted up a Space Wolf army, put it up for auction at a charity event. Knox won it. Knox doesn't play Wolves, and so Knox traded it to me for a bunch of my for a bunch of my Adeptus Mechanicus because I don't know when I'm going to be playing them next. You guys entertain yourselves for a sec. I'm going to grab it. Because I got it and this gorgeous Battle Foam case.
Oh, is dinner made? I didn't realize.
So he painted up these gorgeous wolves. And then they don't have transfer, so I got to do transfer work on them. But they fell out. So it is just a gorgeous. Let me pull this out. Like custom snipers. The he even did some custom reposing for the sniper squad. And the light doesn't do them justice. But they are absolutely beautifully painted. And he did like the power weapons in like this OSL purple glow. So, and like I said, he added a lot of custom bits on here. And the guy does amazing work. And part of me is like, I need to play these boys. Because, I mean, it's your staples. It's, intercessors and infiltrators. It's a great squad of infiltrators. And then he did a set of the bikes. And the bikes look absolutely fabulous. And he did a group of the interceptors with plasma. The chaplain, he pulled the chaplain head off and put the wolf skull helmet on this chaplain. Mr. took his dice. Now, the one thing I'm really like, and unfortunately gives me two of them, but, I'm okay with that. He got me a second Ragnar. And, I mean, it'd be a shame to not use these figures. And the Blade Guard are absolutely stunning. The Wolf Terminators are absolutely fabulous.
Holy shit.
So, there's a lot of desire.
Just like saying hi.
And like the Blade Guard, he did some cool stuff with the Blade Guard. Like, he took the Blade Guard, and instead of putting the normal Blade Guard shields on him, it looks like he took the Wolfen shields and he put those on them. So, I mean, like I said, the only thing I need to do is I need to put, the heraldry on these guys, but they really did come out great.
Are these yours?
Yeah. I didn't paint these. Somebody else painted them. I got them in a raffle. Got them on trade from a raffle.
That's awesome.
But the other thing that he did was I got one model that I didn't have at all, and he posed the heck out of it, and it's the Baby Walker with the flamer and the cannons, and then the big heavy bolt gun up there. And this thing is absolutely gorgeous. I love the terrain work he did on this thing.
They look amazing. Holy shit.
And like I said, so it's like I want to kind of play them because he put the effort. There's flowers on the bases. There's bolt casings. There's pieces of terrain on the bases. He did such a great job on them.
They look like tundra because of the red in the foliage. Looks amazing. See, like the green and the red.
And then he did this, which I really love. I'm trying to think. That looks like.
Let's see.
I don't know who that green Marine is.
I think that if that's what I think it is, that's a Dark Angel. And that is
so
beyond hilarious.
So he built a Contemptor. To match the aesthetic. And it's stomping on some guy in green, which it's non-specific, which I do kind of like. So when I'm playing my wife, I can go, oh, look, it's a salamander. But he made the guns magnetized so that I can swap out to other guns, which I again love. And then lastly,
this makes you want to play your wolves with a lot. Sorry, I'll leave you guys be.
I got a transport. I got the lovely transport. So I've got 2 of these. So again, with the points drops that Marines got, and I haven't played Marines since the points drop, it kind of makes me want to play these boys. And yeah, the Stealth Dread, I haven't played it. And the idea of a forward deploying dreadnought coming to say hello, it's to me is hilarious. Hilarious and mean, which are the 2 things I love the most about any part of Warhammer. When something is hilarious and mean. Gotta get this in the base though, because he doesn't fit real well in there, and I don't want to ruin or snap anything off. Here we go. There we go. There we go. So yeah, I got this custom wolf army, and I kind of think I should play it. What do you guys think? Maybe stack up a bunch of extra wolf guard and stack up a bunch of wolf guard and a bunch of extra terminators, and just kind of go berserk. I mean, it's kind of the best way to play it, don't you think? Just play your wolves going berserk. Kind of think that's the way to go. I've got enough Marines and enough Terminators now that I think I can just go all in heavy. And that is the way I like to play. I won't lie. But yeah, I got some stealthy boys, got some sneaky boys. I may have to put this into a tournament. I may have to, just because I know he might be there too, which would be hilarious to come and beat him with the army he painted. That might be some of the most fun. Coming smack him with the army he painted.
Hmm?
Why do I feel like I'm missing a tray?
What are you looking for?
You got another foam tray. No, it's just 3 trays. No, so it's just 3 trays, right?
Mm.
So yeah, what do you guys think? Maybe just go let's go heavy wolves. Maybe that's what we need to do in May. We just need to go wolves and just go, hello, I'm Space Wolves, and recognize me. Recognize me. Yeah, that might have to be the way to go. I have to look at what numbers that would take. That'd be pretty hilarious. Oof. Oof. How do you deal with tanks? Oh, Terminators take out tanks. Yeah, I might be able to put 3 squads of Terminators on the board. That could be a lot of fun. Oh man. No, but I want to get dreads. Oh, I gotta think about it now. Oh, I got so many good things. You know, I guess I have to drag out Bjorn. Bjorn needs to come out, and yeah, throw Bjorn on the board with all my boys. Have Bjorn, Ragnar, and Njal as my 3 HQs. There you go. Now that's hilarious. Have Bjorn, Njal, and Ragnar as my 3 HQs. I don't need a custom HQ. Oh no, you know what I take for the HQ? I take my jump pack, wolf priest. Ooh. Huh. Y'all got me thinking now. You see, this is why I talk to you guys. Y'all get me thinking dumb. Let's just go dumb. Drop pods away. Put a Devastator, put a Long Fang squad in there. Oh, that'd be fun. Yikes. All right. I wish I had 2 Long Fang squads. I could have 2 Long Fang squads. Oh. Yeah, I guess I got to do points for this now. I got to figure out what we're going to do for wolves because now that I found these hammer and shield flyboys to go with my 2 squads of claw and shield. Yeah, I think the wolves need to come back and say hello. I don't think we've seen enough wolves in a while. Use as many of these as possible. Welcome to the world of dumb, folks. I'll be your host, Big D. All right, so let's talk about. Do we want to talk about the rules? I don't even know I want to talk about him. The lion is disgusting. He looks great. Azrael, or not Azrael, Dante looks amazing. Everybody's getting their releases. You got all these new characters are going to be getting released in a single week because you're going to have Vashtor by himself. You're going to have Azrael, Supreme Grandmaster, coming on by himself with his new Primaris form. You're going to have the new Dante. You're going to have the Lion. They're all going on pre-sale this weekend. They've previewed a bunch of the stats. I'm looking at my Dark Angels that I have that are unpainted. They're built but unpainted. And since I don't want to do them in Dark Angels colors because my Dark Angels are a successor chapter that are a member of my overall old chapter, my old Hammer chapter, the Death Speakers. And I've been going back and forth with a paint scheme. Let me ask you guys, how many of y'all have painted an army in custom colors? How many of you have painted an army in custom colors? And how many of you have painted an army in custom colors and then got like 10 figs in and went, I don't like this color scheme, and went to a new color scheme. See, I did that. I did it at first a white and red, like a bone white and deep red split on my desk speakers. That was the first paint scheme. That was my first paint scheme. I didn't like it. I liked the split, but I don't know, the colors didn't strike me. And so I stripped them and I repainted them. And I tried this other thing, and I tried this other color scheme, and I had this neat idea for the lore for it. So the armor was literally in gray, because it's basically just stripped of all color, so they don't have any heraldry other than on their shoulders. The shoulders are painted and they have heraldry and stuff on them. And I've been working on the lore some more for them. And I had this crazy, like, really expansive lore idea pop into my head. And I've had a bunch of friends give me some bits to help me finish up this lore. And I bought a brand new box of skulls. I went through and dug out a bunch of my extra bits from my from all the builds I've done for people, because I've built a crap ton of Grey Knights, which have a lot of relic rolls and relic pieces that they. Hello, Ben. So I did all these. I have all these relic bits, and I realized, I watched the video that inspired me to paint these guys. Dana Howell's, her version of her Samoan space sharks, and where there's bits of bone, and she went into the Ossiarch Bone Reapers and grabbed all her extra bits from that and cut them up to make weapons and shields and stuff, and it really inspired the crap out of me. And it kind of makes me want to go back and redo. And I haven't painted that many figures for it. I've painted 3 dreads, that Predator I was talking about earlier, 1 squad of Marines, and 2 squads of old, like, classic Terminators, like the old 90s they're the Terminators out of Space Hulk. And I kind of want to strip them and start over. But before I strip them, because I kind of like that paint scheme, but I have this other idea that would have a lot more bits and bobs and a lot more custom stuff on that army. And I admit, that's one of the things I really love about the wolves is all the bits and bobs, the little tails of fur, and the little skulls, and the little diamonds, and the little teeth, and rune pieces, and inscriptions and stuff all over the armor. I really, really like that about the wolves. It's one of the things I love about the wolves. It's one of the reasons that the older I get, the more I kind of, and I'm loath to admit it, but the more I'm liking the Blood Angels. As much as I say I don't like the Blood Angels, the more I look at their aesthetics, the more I go, that's kind of cool. Their aesthetics are kind of cool. So there's part of me that wants to, like, take up a group of, like, 5 intercessors, like just a box, or 10 intercessors, a squad of intercessors, and paint them in that split paint scheme again, but use different colors. And instead of the bone white and blood red, I'm thinking more like black on one side, and then like a Gal Vorback or Word Bearer's red on the other side. So the black and red split in the middle, but with a deeper, almost burgundy-like red and the black. And then the helmets are depending on your rank. So like sergeants actually get normally everybody gets like a red helmet. but sergeants get a black helmet. And like veterans get a white helmet. So like if I'm doing like, and it's still a bone white, and all the cloth do in like a linen, like an off white, or I don't know. I was also looking at the idea of maybe instead of doing white, doing more like a Xandri dust, like instead of doing a bone white, doing a Xandri dust and a Xandri dust and black as their two colors, and then do all the cloth and the heraldry in red. And then so when I do the Terminators, I can like pick my color. Like I could, because I want to still do it the same way that the Deathwing are. They pick they're the one color, and instead of doing them in the in bone, do them in Xandri dust. So they're like grave dust. They're from the grave. So they're covered in like, dust and ash. And then when I do the bikes to be my Raven Wing, although I don't call them Raven Wing, obviously. I do them in red. Maybe, I don't know. I'm still working on some ideas. So I want to paint up like a group of 5 intercessors, and just paint them up in a couple different color schemes until I figure out the color scheme I want. Because there's something about like doing Xandri dust in red that appeals to me with black cloth, and then do my Terminators in all black, and then do my bikes all in Xandri dust. And the Xandri dust has red cloth, and the black has red cloth, and they both have white or something. I don't know. Like I said, I'm still, because there's still gonna be a little bit of gold mixed in there, but not like an old gold. I was looking at originally an old gold, but I'm thinking I might jump out there and do something like a Rune Lord brass, something just really punchy, very punchy. And that's the other thing. There's a thought of doing them in very muted colors, but make them metallics. I still want to do the split. I'm really enamored with the idea of doing the armor that's split left to right. And that way the Aquila is a third color that's neither the left or the right, but it's like a third color. And then the cloth maybe matches that color, or the Aquila is in that bright brass color, and then the cloth in the armor is that third color. And then you do the weapons in, I don't know, 4th color. Do I really want to go to 4 colors? But I mean, white, Xandri, black, and red. Again, I don't know if I want to go with the grays or not. It's one of those things. I think I need to paint up some figures. What I might do is I might put up some figures. I might paint up like a squad in the different concept colors I have, and then put them up on Instagram and get your guys' thoughts on them. But I've got this idea, and it's just bugging me because I don't know. I kept looking at my gray bodies with the purple and black shoulders, and I'm just like, I really want that split look. And there's something about it. It shows that it shows there's an effort being put into the army, and it's not just, I picked a color and went with it. And I don't want to knock anybody that has a single color army, because I mean, they'll still can look very, 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 very cool. I've always been enamored with the idea of that split down the middle. I'm trying to think who it was back in the day, but one of the very early armies did that. They had like a split. I think it was the Griffins, where they were like yellow and blue, and then they had the white helmets, and just a very, very cool looking thing. On the flip side is I don't want to eat up all my Elsiarch Bone Reapers, because I actually want to build them, because they're getting their codex coming out soon, and I actually want to play them. I think they're the one death faction that I really like for Age of Sigmar. I don't like the vampire faction. My wife plays the Ghostlies. I kind of like the idea of these bone dudes, just these bone golemy, guys that are just like, and they're very regimented. And I really, Howling Griffins, that's them. The Howling Griffins, they had a really cool, I think it was blue and yellow. And it was a really cool color scheme, and very different from other Marines. And it's funny because, again, there's so many goings on behind the scenes these days in the world of Warhammer. Louise, who has been their masterclass painter on Warhammer Plus for like a little over a year now, she left Warhammer. And I was actually really upset by that because she is a fantastic painter. And I heard she was leaving and she left. And apparently she's really good friends with Guy from Midwinter Minis. And so she's kicked off her own channel called Rogue Miniatures. Now, the fact that she's kicked off her own miniatures channel right off the bat, where she's doing lore, not just painting, I thought was cool. The fact that she opened her channel and 2 videos in, she's already got 20,000 followers, and that was as of 2 days ago, was like, wow, okay, she's popular for a reason. I mean, she's an amazing painter. She's got a great personality. She has great camera presence. And then I watched her video, and I'm expecting a painting video, and instead, it's a 20-minute long video, and the first 15 of it is her talking about her love of the Rainbow Warriors. And I was like, this was not what I was expecting out of a channel of hers. And it's not a complaint. That was a genuine, I did not expect that. I did not expect that. And I thought it was cool. I thought it was actually very cool that she, was doing her own thing. And it's like, she has a gentle paint tutorial on there, and she has behind her Patreon wall, she has like severe, like her masterclass type paint, her paint tutorials. And if I was in the world where I'm looking for that kind of paint tutorials, I probably would pay her Patreon, because I've watched her masterclasses on Warhammer Plus, and I've learned a lot. I've learned some new techniques from watching her. She's a fabulous painter and a fabulous teacher. It's just interesting to see that, now if you look at their painting tutorials, they even changed them. Now you don't even see the painter. I mean, they did for a while there. They had the painters on screen, but now, like the last few, they haven't even shown the painters. There's a voiceover and there's hands painting. That's it. And you think about it, well, look at that. You had, Duncan left and Peachy left, and now she's left. And it's like, you would think as a company, when you're making these stars in the industry, yeah, I mean, but that's the whole thing. They leave, and they're successful. They're making their lives. As I understand it, like Peachy's specifically working for Warlord Games, and Duncan has got his own paint line. It's just one of these things. It's like, Warhammer, you have the ability to make like a house painter a name and make that person the face of the brand. Why wouldn't you? You can literally take this person and take them to conventions and use them as a face of the brand, this friendly face that we all know from teaching us how to paint. And instead, you're making your videos even less personal. Dumb. Dumb. That's part of the reason why I'm looking to do this painting tutorial. I'm got to clear a little bit more area, and then I'm going to start filming it, because I got a great idea for a tutorial, and I'm going to start off with painting a Necron. And I'm just going to show my method for painting what I think are cool Necrons. Are they the best Necrons on the planet? No. But they're fun, and they're cool, and they paint quick. And they look good when you're done. They don't take a lot of effort, and they look really good. And then I think once I figure out my Bone Reapers, I'm going to do the same thing for Bone Reapers. And I think I'm going to go back and forth. I'm going to do like, here's an AOS model and scale of models you can do. And then here's a 40K model. And, I'm maybe not do more than maybe once a month. But the idea of just doing I'm not the best painter, but I'm a fast painter, and my figures don't look like crap. Here's how you can get your figures on the table and stop being intimidated by painting. It's an interesting thing working at a game store when you talk to a lot of people that get into the hobby. And the number one anxiety, everybody wants to roll dice. Everybody wants to play the game. Everybody's like, oh yeah, I get the figures built in no time. They're like, yeah, we'll get the figures built. We'll get the figures built. But so many people have so much anxiety over painting. And it's like, why? Who are you painting your models for? Are you painting them for somebody else? You're painting them for you. Oh, I'm going to mess them up. No. You're going to paint your models. Are you not happy with the way it looks? Okay. Learn from it. Strippers cheap, and repainting doesn't take much. Don't do the big models first. Do the little models first. Get your techniques down on little models. Paint your troops. If you're doing Necrons, paint your dudes. Then get the next set bigger, and then the next set bigger, and keep working your way up. And then once you've got your technique for that army done, then you go back and you paint the big boys with a technique that you've perfected by painting 40 warriors and 21 scarabs and a dozen or 15 destroyers. See, Ben's got the right idea. Strippers are cheap. Trust me, I've dated one. They're cheap as hell. Oh, man. All right, first point of order, guys. Never date a stripper. Just saying it right now. Never date a stripper. It's a bad idea. It will not be as fun as you think it is. It'll be fun for a very short period of time, and then it's a mess. It's an absolute mess, period. Trust me on this. I know. Oh. But that period is fun. It's a lot of fun. Let me tell you. Now you go get yourself a jug of purple power from the automotive store for $10. You can strip anything. You can strip anything. And I do mean anything. So I was looking at some Age of Sigmar stuff. And I was looking at these regiments of renown again. I don't get it. I don't know why they needed to do that. I think they just wanted to package some extra miniatures and some additional boxes to try and sell them. Because they don't really synergize with any army anyway. They look cool. I'm not going to say they don't look cool. The models are cool. But they just don't synergize. But I am looking forward to very much forward to the Osiark Bone Reapers release. I have a Flesh and Bone. I'm probably going to get, I probably want to pick up another Vanguard box. I have a challenge for myself. I'm going to paint them without using any purple. Because I really have a hard time not painting things purple. Like, I want to paint everything purple. And it's bad enough because I have Slaanesh. My Slaanesh is purple in it. A lot of purple in it. And my Nurgle has purple in it. My Stormcast has purple in it. So I'm going to do these Osiark Bone Reapers, and I want to do them without any purple. No purple. So I'm trying to think of a good color scheme that doesn't involve purple or green. Because anytime I put green on something, I want to put purple on it, because purple and green go together so well. So I'm working on colors that don't involve purple and green. I might actually paint them blue or red. No, I don't want to do red. But I got to do something with them. I got to figure them out. I want to do something different with them. Been looking at other source material for more bony stuff. But I mean, that's the last of the. I think that's the last of the codex or the battle tomes for Age of Sigmar. So now is the time to jump in, boys, because we're literally at that point. We're at that point where we've got a year left in the current 3.0 rules before they're going to do a new round of rules. And I'm assuming they're going to do a new set of rules just like they're doing for... They're going to be very similar to what they're doing for 40K. And we gotta have cities, but we gotta have Cities of Sigmar. Cities of Sigmar's got to be coming out. It makes me crazy because when you think about it, you realize, oh yeah, but Cities of Sigmar, they're not done yet. They're not ready yet. They're not out yet. When they started 3.0, Cities of Sigmar was supposed to be they made it sound like the cities were going to be the centerpiece of this freaking edition, and we're literally at the point where we're two-thirds of the way through the edition, and they're not even out yet. Oh yeah, Seraphon, them too. You know, 2 armies that they're refreshing right at the end of the, unless they're going to keep around an extra year, so they're going to put them on a 4-year cycle. I don't see them doing that. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Other games are on everything right now. I mean, that's the thing. You got, like our local area, like Art's talking about, like Conquest is becoming a thing. A lot of people have Conquest armies. I'm one of them. Commodore got me into Song of Fire and Ice. I haven't played a game in like a year, but I want to play some more. I love that game. I'm finally done with 30K. I literally have realized that I do not have any interest in that game. I thought I did. I really, really thought I had an interest in 30K. And the models are so cool. And the figures are just great sculpts. The vehicles, everything's just so cool. And I just realized I don't give a shit. I could not give a shit less about 30K. And that's terrible. That is terrible to realize that I just don't give a shit about 30K. But I mean, we tried to get it going. We had a great group of players. We were all great when we were building and we were painting and we were kit bashing and talking and sitting. And then we played the game and we're like, wow, this game sucks. Oh my God, that game sucks so bad. And then the new edition of Lord of the Rings came out, or the new starter box set, and that is exploded across our gaming group. So there's a ton of people playing that. And then one of the guys at the game store has his pet project. It's a little miniatures game that's very similar to BattleTech, but much more. You know, it's indie and it looks pretty cool. I mean, it's mecha combat, but it's very similar to BattleTech. And now BattleTech's blowing up. You know, it's just like there's all these games out there. It's just like, oh God. No, cannot do more. I've got myself in a Conquest. That's it. I'm not doing Legion. Because the Star Wars Legion, that's blown up. I'm not doing that. I refuse to get into Star Wars. If I like Star Wars more, I would get into it. I like the movies. I like the shows. I don't want to role play it and I don't want to war game it. I just want to enjoy that franchise for what it is. I don't care how cool the figures are or how cool the minute. I'm one of those guys that doesn't even really collect the stuff for it either. Like I grew up in the 70s and in the early 80s. I was that age. I mean, I remember the Christmas of 78 when I got literally boxes and boxes of Star Wars figures for Christmas, and then my birthday, and then Return of the Jedi came out, and I got the Hoth Firebase, which was the coolest freaking thing because it had a turret on it that you could put a snowtrooper on, and he could stand on it and zip around and make clicky noises. And they had a base at the back. There was like a fortress in the back, and you could hit a button and it explode and pieces go all over the place. And it was this great game, or the great toy. But like that's it. It's like, okay, it's a great movie. I love the movies. Don't get me wrong. I consume all the Star Wars media. But I have no desire to play it. I have absolutely no desire to play it. It's the weirdest thing. I played in the role-playing game for a couple of years. I've been in a couple of role-playing games with it, and I just kind of realized, no, not really. I don't think it that much. I don't. You're not the hero of the story. I mean, that's what I like about 40K. You're the hero of the story. So like what Age of Sigmar, you're the hero. You're making your army and your dudes and your own lore and your own thing, and you're the hero of your story. In Star Wars, no, you're just some guys fighting some inconsequential battle because Luke, Leia, and Han, those are the heroes of the story. And after they're gone, then it's Mando and the child, or it's Ahsoka and Kenobi, and you're not even a side character. You're a nameless nobody on some backwater planet. Yeah, it's just not for me, man. It's just not for me. Well, as we are closing on 9 o'clock, we're going to wrap up a little early tonight. Some final thoughts. 40K 9th edition coming to an end. There's a lot of people going, about some of the rules they're seeing. And there's some of us that are looking at the rules going, that's pretty cool. Hero Hammer is coming to an end. Yeah, first step is to try to show up on Sundays. I need to show up on some Sundays. Like I said, I should bring one of my jank lists and come play and just be like, deal with me. Recognize me. Maybe I'll bring my 120 Poxwalker list and make you fight that crap. I don't mind some of the rules changes I've seen so far. I have yet to see a rules change that I didn't like. I've seen some that I've been neutral about, but I haven't seen any that I was like, I don't like that. There were some rules that when they came in 9th that were changes from 8th that I didn't like as much. I really didn't. Like there's one of the formations that I still don't like. Like the Supreme Command detachment from 8th, I thought was such a great detachment. And the way they changed it for 9th, it's like, oh, we just put a Supreme Commander, and that's it. That's what you get. Is it? Done. And it's like, no, the Supreme Commander should be able to take a retinue with him, her, them, whatever. They should be able to take that. And it shouldn't just be limited to characters that have the Supreme Commander ability. Because there's some armies that have dudes that are the equivalent, but some armies don't have it. I don't know. We'll see. I'm looking forward to 10th. I look forward to hear what you guys think of 10th. I look forward to see your comments below. I'm very thankful for your thumbs up tonight. I'm very thankful for the commentary tonight. I am very thankful for you guys coming and hanging out. And yeah, I need to get there on Sunday. I need to get some games in. I need to not be so tired all the damn time. Maybe go to bed for once before midnight. That being said, I love all you so very much. You guys are the best. You're the absolute best. You mean the world to me. And I love you so much. I thank you for showing up tonight. And I want all of you to think positive. Paint a figure, build a figure, do something different, try a new technique, but expand yourself. You'd be surprised how good that is. That being said, I love you guys, and I'll see you real soon. Have a good night, and stay epic.